All right, what's going on, veteran support? This is my second video for today. I'm gonna start making these videos probably 3, 4 times a week. Little short videos that there's so much unbelievable news out there that it's just I can't believe some of the stuff that goes on. And I research it and I just verify it and um I know a lot of people don't have time to sit down like I have the time to get different perspectives and stuff. And I'm just going to share some of the information I get. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm just going to do a couple quick videos. This is my second one, and just kind of get into the groove of what I want to do. I'm just going to have fun with this because I look at it this way: the mainstream media is misleading so much that if I see something or if you see something, I tell you, tell your friends and family if they see something that's not right and suspicious, and they've looked into it and verified. Yeah, let's start. So if I can share my point of view, which goes against what the mainstream media is saying, and I can change a couple minds out there. If we all did that, we can start coming together as one and stop being so divided because the division we have in this country is superficial. It's created by power structures and stuff like that. I was in the military, and when you go around the world, almost everybody wants the same thing. We want to take care of our children and raise a family. Nobody wants to. Well, there is some people that thrive on violence, but you have to understand these conflicts that we get into. There is millions and millions of people getting killed. I liken it to this: like if somebody came into this country and killed my son, I would be revenge. I'd be very upset. It would be in the bloodline forever, man. So there's a lot of things that we've done that is now coming out not been right. Um, I was in the Iraq War for 5 years. I looked for weapons of mass destruction that was never found, and it's coming out that we knew about this. Um, and I know what the problem is. It's called. We had a president warn us about this. It's called the military industrial complex. They spend almost $1 trillion a year on weapons. We do every single year. That's more than the whole world combined. And we do this every year. So to justify all this money being spent and all these people making millions of dollars in profits from the taxpayer, um, they have to have conflicts. That's the only, and I'm not saying that to be critical of anybody in trouble, but it is critical. It's got to change. We cannot just continually be in these conflicts. And a lot of times they make these people, I never realized how powerful our media is when it comes to shaping opinions, especially when the conflict is far away from us. It is just unbelievable. And our media spends a lot of time on just like the January 6 hearings, um, spends a lot of time on stuff, but the really important issues, it's like if it's not in their agenda, they just gloss right over it. Like our border is just a terrible, terrible disaster. Is our border um, unbelievable that we're letting these people flood in here. And you're talking about a time when we are weak. It's a fact we are weak. Our enemies know it, and they will be crossing that border. There's no doubt in my mind when you're dealing with people that got money, they're smart and they're not stupid, they're coming right through that border. And it's scary. There's so many things that could happen. And our leadership right now, I feel like, is I don't understand where they're trying to head with these motives and stuff. I understand the green energy deal, but there's got to be a way to do it without sinking the world's economies. Europe is on fire, literally. They're literally on fire, man. It's crazy. But anyways, we can get through it. I started prepping a little bit, actually, man. About a couple months ago, I started buying a little bit extra food, extra can of food. I'll show it to you. It's over. I got enough for probably 3 or 4 months. I got a lot of rice and beans and stuff. And I look at it this way: food's gonna go up anyway. It's supposed to go up like a lot more. So really, it's kind of like saving money or making money or something. Other than that, I bought a solar thing that charges up your phone. It will actually run a fan at night and stuff. They got bigger ones that run air conditioners and all kinds of stuff. But I got that, and I got some, little $20 radio that supposedly you can hear everything if it's around, like military channels and stuff, whatever. What else did I get? I know this is bad to say this, but if there is like a nuclear event, they say to take some kind of iodine pills, and I ordered that right online, just for peace of mind. I was kind of taking it far, and I pray to God that doesn't happen, but the way these words are getting thrown around now, and just unbelievable. Crazy. I'm concerned. Let's say I'm very concerned. And that's mostly because I have a 10-year-old child, man. Me, I could deal with it. Shoot. I'm ready for anything, but with my child and shit, I gotta go a certain route, man. That's all there is to it. I gotta try to do it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the I did a couple. So anyways, this is what my thing's gonna be about. Once it gets going, it's not gonna be all this me rambling, kind of introducing it. What I'm gonna do is just come on here and share 3 or 4 articles that I find very interesting, that I find that will impact all of us, that are not being reported on our mainstream media or being reported in a different way. There's so much out there. Friend sent me this today. It's a picture of me wrestling back in 1985. You can't see it. Shit. Let's see. How do I get to? So if you want to join Veteran Support, you just go to my page, Veteran Support USA, right there you can't see that either, can you? Veteran Support USA, at Veteran Support USA. And then you can visit our group. Our group is a buy-sell group. It's awesome, man. Like when I started this in 2017, we had I didn't know why I started it in 2017. I think I was drunk or something. I just started this page and it's the marketplace. I started selling little stuff on the Facebook marketplace, and I read about the group thing, and I joined some groups, and then it said you can make your own. So I've made my own, what do you want to call it? Veteran Support. Okay, so I just sitting there, and I forgot all about it, man. But then all of a sudden, the phone started ringing, veterans asking for help. And, most of the time they're just asking for a couple of dollars, something to drink. But it's grown to the point where I've got a lot of information, made some good contacts, and veterans call needing help, and I know the direction to point them in. It's pretty cool, man, because there's a lot of programs out there to help people. You just got to take advantage of it. And being that I've been through them all, a lot of them, I do everything the hard way, so I know the right way to do these things. So that's pretty cool. But besides that, like our group, now we got over 10,000 members total between the page and group. And our group, it's amazing. Like the items that are for sale, really some quality items in there. I'm really surprised. And then business owners can share their products and services right there in veteran support. And there's a lot of potential there. I know some businesses that are taking advantage of it. And one guy wrote a $500,000 contract helping an investor redoing condos and stuff on the beach, apartments. And he got the contract to fix them all up after this guy buys them. And that came from veteran support. So I was proud of that little man. Me personally, this cost me money to do this. And I've almost had to quit a couple times because I just don't have extra money. So every now and what I'm talking about is when I go out and feed somebody or, you're going to spend money, man. I mean, and I could go out there, but I can't do it as much. But when I get some money, if I get a donation or something, I'll go out and spend it on people. If I have to help somebody get to like Vieira or something, it costs me gas money to get them there. I usually have to buy them lunch. So, but it's hard. Times are tough out there, man. So what happens is if I don't have the cash, I just shut that part down a little bit, unless it's a real emergency, and I just do more of the providing information. But that's just how it goes. I spend a lot of time also trying to make these posts and stuff. I try to make a couple every day. I know sometimes it upsets people because ever since the Afghanistan thing, I've been letting my politics be known. I used to hide my politics. I didn't let politics, but after that, I just started. I had to be let it known, and I'm an independent. I'm independent, but that Afghanistan thing just crazy to me. And now with Russia, I'll tell you what, it's not getting reported like it is, and a lot of people are dying because of it. They keep saying there's hope in there, but there's no hope for Ukraine, man. And the more we help them, and the more we pump them up, it's just going to cost more time and lives. Russia's not going to stop. Look what they did in World War II. They will go. They're not going to stop, man. And we will stop. Americans lose their appetite. They come in really strong, but then we just don't have the appetite for it. We haven't even had mass soldiers get killed. Well, why would we do this over Ukraine? That's my question. And I hate to say it, I'm not saying that Russia's good, but he kind of said right in the beginning exactly what he wanted. And if we would have did serious, they had an agreement in Ukraine. If they would have just negotiated, and we're the ones that got the power to make Ukraine negotiate. If we would have negotiated in the very beginning, all they had to do was let that Far East decide whether they want to be independent or not. The Nazi thing is bad there. I had no idea about it until this, but I've looked into it. We know about that. We funded the coup in 2014. A legally elected government was elected, and we funded a coup there. And the weird thing is, it's the same people that are in charge now. The Bidens, the Blinkens, the one guy that starts with S, and the lady. Okay, just damn. Same people. And if you look at it, we were spending a lot of money over here. President Biden was making a lot of trips here. Like, he made like 8 trips in one, like his last year, he made 8. Something, his son was tied up over there, not here. His son was tied up over there. Now that's all coming out. So what does that tell you? You know what I mean? It's not. And then you don't think, who, Russ, the Russies, you don't think they got all kinds of information they're holding on to. There's no doubt. It turns out that they've been wanting to do. Our government has, like I said, we have to have conflict to fund this thing. So, Russia is they've been planning this a long time, I think, and I really think they thought the sanctions would just devastate Russia, and they fold and bend. And I'm amazed. It's like they didn't even think about the consequence. If they were so positive that they would crash Russia's economy, they didn't even plan for, well, what if they make it through it? What if they do this, and this, and they get through it? What's going to happen to us? They didn't even think about that. They didn't even complete, and they keep coming up with these ideas like, well, they can last week it was they come up with this capping idea. Okay, Russia can only, all over the world, you can only pay $50 a barrel. That's it. It's the high. Like, they're trying to stipulate for around the world. And the West is not the world. The West is less than half of the world, really, to be honest. And the rest of the world, quotation, the rest of the world has a higher population. I mean, the times of the United States, the way our history is being taken away from us. And whether you had a negative history or positive, you have to know your history, or you will not learn from mistakes you made and good things that your country did. And there's both. And the idea is to try to correct, don't let that happen again. But if you just take away history and what these statues stand for, what the men stood for, what you can't take our history away like that. And what it leads to is what we got now. Do you think our military is prepared for this kind of conflict? I just read an article today that they're the worst ever it's been for recruiting. I remember before the Iraq War, usually before a war, they're just recruiting them heavy. People coming in the national pride, nationalistic, but the morale right now is really low in this country, especially with younger kids. It's a fact. And just a lot of topics, a lot of things. It's amazing, like in this short of a time period, how a lot of things could change. We need to just really just all come together as one. Everybody, man, we need to figure out a way to get through this without making a mistake. Did they think this through? Like, what's going to happen? And there's so much more. Like, they're blaming Russia for everything. But I was reading today, for example, that we go in there and train, people from Africa and we come in there with our NGOs and get all in their business and start training them to grow our kind of crops. Well, it turns out that different areas grow different kind of foods. And that's how these people have survived for thousands of years. And now that they've changed it over to our system, stuff's not growing good enough to even feed the population, and they're suffering. And now, 20 years later, they are forgetting how to do it the way they should and have been doing it for generations, thousands of years. So, it's going to these countries, and are we going in there for their betterment or for our betterment? Look into a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, you'll never hear about it till you look into it yourself. And now with this, it's amazing. I don't even know how to talk about stuff because I know what's happened. Facebook's already shut me down like 4 or 5 times. And the thing is, they'll never tell you exactly why, My last one, I had a bomb blast go off, and it went off, and his girlfriend went one way, and then he jumped in the pond. It was just I've been in. I don't like this war at all. I wish they would negotiate and stop it, and they could do it tomorrow. Anyways, so I appreciate y'all stopping on this video. Like I said, my next one. I'm gonna start reading the articles. Oh, I got a bunch of good ones too. Oh my God, you won't believe it. I mean, about everything. I don't just do Russia, China. I do. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Good Lord. The plankton. Like they had a plankton die off, and like 95% of all the plankton died. But that's how fish live. It starts at the bottom and goes up. And I verified this stuff. It's crazy. And they took a picture of the whole earth and what it used to look like, what it looks like now. It looks like a piece of burnt toast. Before, there were green patches everywhere. Now, wherever there was real heavy green before, now it's just kind of patchy and brown looking, unhealthy looking. That's the way I put it. Yep. Unbelievable. All these fires, man. You would think Europe would have plenty of rain. It sticks right out into the freaking ocean. But, excuse me, they're having it bad. They are having it bad. Also, with this news, please contribute, leave a comment. Let's just try to keep it like not really mad at each other, but I make mistakes. And whatever I say, I'll be glad to tell you why I feel that way and where I read, how I formed that opinion. I have no problem with that because, it's amazing too, because I was really brainwashed for a long time with all these conflicts, and I was real patriotic and everything, and just when I don't want to get into it, but it's almost like I'm a different person now. Almost, I can't hardly explain it, and it's kind of hard because it's like everything I believed in for so long, it looks like it wasn't true. And that breaks my heart, man. But I know the people are good, and I know the land here is good. But there needs to be some changes and get back to different than we're doing now. Anyways, good night, love y'all, and see you tomorrow.